Scout, and today I'm gonna be ranking every single zombies map that has ever existed in Trailer Zombies. We're gonna be ranking them from order they came out. First map, Nacht der Toten. This map didn't have Pack-a-Punch. It started the whole zombies series. It didn't have Pack-a-Punch, but it did have the mystery box, and you can easily get high rounds on this, so I'm just gonna keep that as an A tier. Next up, Verrückt. This map introduced all of the perks. But the only bad thing I have about it is that it's close quarters and really tight corners. So even though it introduced the perks, I'm gonna keep it as a hard B. Next up is Numa. Numa is an Okie map. It did introduce the Wonder Wolf and the main characters. But yeah, I feel like this is another B tier map. But Verrückt is better. Next up is Dries. Dries, I feel like it's an amazing map. This map introduced Pack-a-Punch, and it introduced teleporting to the game mechanics. So I'm just gonna add it to an A tier. Next up is Kino der Toten. Kino der Toten is just an amazing map. It's perfect. Everything about it is perfect. The way you activate power, the way you go get Pack-a-Punch, everything is just easy. Alright, so that's gonna be an S tier. Next up, I think that 5. Next map is 5. 5 is an Okie map. I'm gonna keep it as a B tier. The Pack-a-Punch is fairly simple to get if you're a zombies veteran. And this map is really hard, so if you're a zombies veteran, this map's perfect for you. Next up, the next map that came out, I think it was Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead, it's an A tier map. The George Romero is perfect. Pack-a-Punch is fairly simple. You just need to open up a few doors. Power, you just need to go to the lighthouse. I think that's how you activate it. Yeah, the Voyage of Fear, I meant Call of the Dead is perfect. Next up is Moon. Moon is an amazing map. This is another map that introduced RNG with the random perks, and it introduced the wave gun, and this is one of the main Easter eggs that started the zombie storyline. Oh, I forgot about Shangri-La and Ascension. Yeah, I'll do them now. Shangri-La, I'll class it as a C map. I didn't really like it. Pack-a-Punch is really hard, and the only way you can do it is by playing with 4 players. That's why I dislike the map. Next up, we have where is it? Where is the next map? Where's Ascension? I'm trying to find it. I think nope, Ascension right here. Ascension is another great map, but it's the one that started the whole Easter egg series. The first step is just by sucking up a washing machine, so I'm just gonna keep it at a clean B tier. Now we're gonna be hopping on to Black Ops 2. Transit. Transit, do I need to explain myself? It's a definite D tier. Next up, the second map that came out was Die Rise. Die Rise, I'm gonna be ranking it as an F, because Die Rise is just bad. Everyone knows that Die Rise is bad. So I'm gonna be ranking Die Rise as an F tier. So, you know, I'm gonna move Transit to an F tier. Even worse than Die Rise. Next up, we have Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead, it's an S tier, no matter what. Brutus is perfect. Pack-a-Punch is amazing. It's fairly simple to get to it. The solo Easter egg is easy, so same goes with this, the 4-player, 2-player, and 3-player. The map is just an overall glorious map. Next up, we have Buried. Buried I actually really liked. The Easter egg is fairly simple. Yeah, that's all I need to say. Pack-a-Punch, you just need to go through the witch house and then go down the spiral stairs. And the map is just good. Origins, S tier. It introduced Primus. It introduced one of the main wonder weapons in the game that we know and love, also known as the staffs. The staffs are just perfect in game. They balance the game between good and bad. And this is the by the end of Black Ops 2, This is where the zombies community started to get really hyped. Next up, we have Shadows of Evil, another S tier. Shadows of Evil is an amazing map. Yeah, I'm just gonna be ranking them differently. Shadows of Evil is an amazing map. It was the best launch map to zombies. Uh, the story of this, the Easter egg, it's pretty hard, but you can get used to it after a few times of doing it. But the Easter egg is fairly simple. But so that's why I'm gonna be ranking it as an S tier. Also, Pack-a-Punch is really amazing at doing it, like at doing Pack-a-Punch. Like by doing Pack-a-Punch, by unlocking it, it's actually really easy. All you need to do is do the rituals. Next up, the Eisendra, my favorite map right now. I've done it so many times. I don't know how many times I've done it. The map, it's just perfect. I don't know what to say about it because it's perfect. The lightning bow, the fire bow, the wolf bow, and lastly the void bow. All of them are fairly simple to do. The Easter egg is really easy. I don't know what's hard about it. So I'm gonna be ranking it as an S tier. Zetsubo. It's a D tier. I just did the Easter egg today for I don't know how many times. And yeah, the Easter egg is really simple. That's what I don't like about it. The wonder weapon is it's kind of bad, to be honest. And lastly, the map itself is kind of bad. It's kind of like Shangri-La and the Rise of Duck trying to be mixed together, in my opinion. Next up, Guard Trophy. It's an A tier because the map is really amazing. The Easter egg is goddamn hard. If it wasn't really hard, then I would have ranked it as an S tier. But Pack-a-Punch is fairly simple. You just need to activate the graph modules everywhere, and yeah, that's why Guard Trophy is an A tier. Next up is Revelations. Revelations, I'm gonna be ranking it as a B tier because the Easter egg steps didn't really make any sense while you're doing them, because throwing a summoning key at a monkey and all of that, yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. Also, while collecting the bones, listening to the tapes, I didn't really like that step. Like the main steps of it. It's just really complicated and complicating and confusing. Alright, next up, Blood of the Dead, E tier. It was really disappointing. First off, it was hype and all of that, but Black Ops 4 ruined it. Because the afterlife is just half of the Easter egg is just looking through a shield, because that's the new way of doing afterlife without actually going into afterlife, the shield. Yeah, so it's pretty bad. The Pack-a-Punch, you just need to shock it. Unlike the last time you need to build the plane parts, that's why it's on S tier. Next up, Voyage of Fear. Same goes to that. The Pack-a-Punch is just way too hard. The Easter egg is also hard. The boss fight is amazing, so I'm just gonna rank it up to D because of the boss fight. The boss fight is just, it's amazing. I don't know what else to say about it. Next up, 9. 9 is one of the best. It's the best zombies map in Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 ruined the whole thing because of the engine and the main gameplay of it. They removed Jug, they removed most of the main perks. So that's why I'm gonna have to ranking it at A. If it was in Black Ops 3, then I would have ranked it as an S instantly. Next up, Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is a tier because the map is actually really good. The gameplay of it is actually also really good. The boss fight is perfect. Everything about the map is just perfect. So that's why I'm gonna be ranking it as B. It would be S, but since it's on Black Ops 4, that's why I ranked it at B. Dead of the Night. Is there anything I need to say about it? No, it's an okay map. There isn't anything bad about it, but there's a lot of things bad about it, and there's a lot of good things about it. So that's why I'm gonna be ranking it as in C tier. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. Robo Scout signing out. Editor Robo here. I know I missed Alpha Omega and Kino der Toten. I just found that out. I'm sorry.